Hello my dear students, this is Ramesh Soni and today I am here with the second revisionary video for your November 22 exam. In this video, we'll be going ahead and revising the chapter of supply. So first we'll be going ahead and revising goods and service. Then we'll be revising the chapter of supply. Yes, Baba, we'll be going ahead and revising goods and service as well as supply. Now, watch the video carefully, attentively, because this video can go ahead and make you the winner of a chart book. Yes, Baba, the winner will be decided at after 5 days of the video upload, and we'll be going ahead and giving the winner a free chart book version 8. Right, everyone? Sir, where is the question? Watch the video carefully. At the end of the video, I'll be going ahead and asking you a question. You have to go ahead and comment the answer in the video. Now, basically in the comment section below, you will have to comment your answer and we'll be sending the winner a free chart book version 8. Right, everyone? Without wasting much time, now let's go ahead and get it started with the revision. Chalo Baba, let's go ahead and revise the next chart. The next chart is on goods or services. Sir, what is the importance of learning goods and service? Because only if something is falling in goods and service, GST can be levied on it. Because for GST to be charged, it has to be goods or service. Goods ka definition is given in section number 252. Services ka definition is given in 2102. Goods means what, everyone? Goods means every kind of movable property. Whatever is movable. Sir, this is movable, this is goods. Which means what is not movable is not goods. And if you go ahead and read the movable property ka definition, it says movable property means what is not immovable. And immovable ka definition as per the General Clauses Act is land. Baba, any kind of land which is there is immovable, whether it is agricultural land, rural land, urban land, farm land, whatever. Any kind of land is immovable. Land, on the land, if there is any benefit arising out of the land. For an example, you have gone ahead and given someone the development right on the land, you have gone ahead and given him immovable property. Things attached to the land, might be there is a building on the land, that is also immovable. Might be there is a tree which is there, that is also immovable. Then, or anything permanently fastened to anything attached, might be the building pay, one telecommunication tower is attached, that is also immovable. Whatever is immovable, it is not movable. If it is not movable, it is not good. So what is immovable? Land, benefit out of land, things attached to the land, things attached to what is attached to the land is immovable. Whatever is immovable is not movable. If it is not movable, it is not goods. So whatever is movable, it is always goods. Goods means every kind of movable property other than money. Money is not goods. Are we clear, everyone? What do you mean by money? Money means Indian legal tender, foreign currency, check, promissory note, bill of exchange, any instrument which is recognized by the RBI, which is used to settle an obligation, is always money. But money held for numismatic value, like those old coins, etc., are not money. And if they are not money, they are always goods. Then I told you, money also includes commercial paper and certificate of deposits, which are being issued by banks and other financial institutions. Those are also known as what? Money. Can I go ahead, everyone? So goods means every kind of movable property, but includes, no, Baba, but it takes any kind. Goods means every kind of movable property other than money. Money is not included. Money is not included other than money and securities. Sir, what do you mean by securities? Securities means stocks, shares, bond, debentures. Right in securities, mutual fund, any interest in securities is always securities, and securities are not goods. But what is included in goods is actionable claim. Any claim for which you can take an action in the court of law. Basically, it means an unsecured debt or any beneficial interest in a movable property which is not in the possession of the claimant. And any actionable claim, Baba, actionable claim is what? It's a right. And if you are transferring the right to someone, you are giving him goods. You are going ahead and giving him goods because actionable claims are goods. Now, I went ahead and gave you example. Betting, gambling, lottery, insurance claim, and right to recover arrears of rent, etc. are all your right to receive. And this right to receive, if you are transferring to someone, you are giving goods. And hence, actionable claims are included in goods ka definition. Then they went ahead and told growing crops, grass, and things attached to the earth basically are immovable property, but if you agree to cut them and supply before or under a contract of supply, it will fall in the definition of goods. So goods ka definition includes growing crops, grass, things attached to or forming part of the land which are agreed to be severed. Severed means separated before supply or under a contract of supply. Everyone, what did we learn till now? We learned goods means every kind of movable property. Immovable property is not goods. Goods means every kind of movable property other than money and securities, but includes actionable claim, growing crops, grass and things attached to the land which are agreed to be severed before supply or under a contract of supply. Then we went ahead and learned priority sector lending certificate. PSLCs are always what? Goods. Although they are traded on the eCuber website online, but still they are not securities, they are goods and they are taxable. Who will go ahead and pay the GST? Baba, always, whatever. What will the GST come on this? The GST will be always IGST. It will always be treated as interstate transaction. Are we clear, everyone? Just for your knowledge, you know what? On PSLCs also, reverse charge mein recipient bank pays GST under RCM. This is just for your knowledge. Are we clear, everyone? Because PSLCs are goods and goods ka reverse charge is not applicable for your CA final exam. Are we clear? So whenever one bank sells PSLCs to another bank, the other bank pays IGST under RCM. Can I go ahead, everyone? But for your knowledge, only you should know PSLCs are goods and GST will come. Can we go ahead, everyone? Now, the next one over here is services. Services means anything, sir, anything. Anything other than goods means immovable property is a service. Anything other than goods, money and securities. It means if I say money and securities are neither goods nor service. So, anything other than goods, money and securities are services means anything other than goods, money and securities, but includes activity relating to use of money. If I am giving someone money to use, it's an activity relating to use of money, and if he is giving me interest, I have given him a service. Are we clear? Activity relating to use of money is a service. It conversion from one form of money to another form of money, one currency to another currency, one denomination to another denomination, for which separate consideration is charged. I gave the bank money cash, bank gave me a DD. I gave the bank INR, bank gave me dollar. I gave the bank 2000 rupees ka note, bank gave me 100 rupees ka 20 notes. Bank went ahead and charged me an amount. Why? Because bank has gone ahead and given me a service. Baba, money is neither goods nor money or securities are neither goods nor service, but money or securities ka related activities are a service. They went ahead and inserted one explanation where they told Baba, all this Sher Khan, Motilal Oswal, etc., which is there, they are going ahead and giving, facilitating or arranging transaction in securities for you. They are giving you a service and GST will come on their service. GST will come or not, we'll talk later. But when they are going ahead and charging you portfolio charge, maintenance charges, all these brokerage, etc., they are giving you a service. Always remember, money and securities are not service, not goods, but related activities are goods, are always service. Can I go ahead, everyone? Yes, sir. Here I went ahead and gave you one derivative ka example. Always remember, derivatives are what? Securities, and Baba, neither goods nor service. But if derivatives contract is there where actual goods are going from one person to another, then Baba, if those goods are going from one person to another, then Baba, goods are always taxable. GST, Baba, then in that scenario, goods pay, GST will come. It will not be out of GST. They are telling where settlement takes place by way of actual delivery of the underlying commodity, then such contract will be a normal supply of goods and liable to GST. I have gone ahead and given some example over here. Debenture. Debentures are neither goods nor service, no GST. Sale of plot of land, it's a service because immovable property is a service. And in supply ka chapter, you will be learning that, sir, sale of plot of land, although service, but section number 7(2) mein, it has been told that when you sell land pay because stamp duty comes, GST will not come. Are we clear, everyone? But no GST as per section number 7(2), read with schedule 3. It is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Sir, cash deposited into bank, it is money and money is neither goods nor service. Bank charges cash handling charges. Will GST come on cash handling charges? Yes, because bank has given you a service. Housing loan. Loan is transaction in money, neither goods nor service. But sir, they went ahead and charged you interest. Baba, bank has gone ahead and given you money to use. Giving money to use is an activity for which you are giving interest and it is service. Are we clear, everyone? Here we are done with a quick recap of your goods or service. Goods means every kind of movable property other than money and securities, but includes actionable claim, growing crops, grass, things attached to the land which are agreed to be severed before supply or under a contract of supply. Services means anything other than goods, money and securities, but includes activities relating to use of money, its conversion from one form to another, one currency to another, one denomination to another, for which separate consideration is charged. Are we clear, everyone? Explanation was there. Facilitating or arranging transaction in securities is a service. Are we clear, everyone? Priority sector lending certificates are goods and they are taxable. Here we are done with a quick recap of your chapter number 2 ka supply ka only goods and services. Right, everyone? Done. Alright, students, the next chapter which we are going to revise is the chapter of supply. Everyone, let's take a quick linking. We started learning GST with goods or service. Whenever goods and service is being supplied, GST shall be levied. Yes, sir. Now, supply ka chapter has section number 7 and section number 8. Section number 7 talks about the scope of supply. Section number 8 goes ahead and talks about mixed supply and composite supply. Basically, composite and mixed supply. Now, section number 7 which is there, section number 7 has section number 7.1, section number 7.1a and section number 7.2 and section number 7.3. If something falls in section number 7.1a, A, B and C, then it's a supply. Once it is a supply, we will go ahead and further read section number 7.1 capital A to see whether it is supply of goods or supply of service. Even if something is a supply, if it is told in section number 7.2, then it is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Let's go ahead and start with section number 7.1. Section number 7.1a goes ahead and talks about all forms of supply of goods, services or both. First of all, what do you mean by supply? Supply means the taxable event, the event which happens because of which GST gets imposed. Done, everyone? Section number 7.1 says all forms of supply of goods, services or both. It can be any form, all forms are included. Now, they have gone ahead and given some example of some form, which is such as STB, ELR, LD. Sir, what do you mean by STB, ELR, LD? S means sale. If you are going ahead and doing a sale, you are going ahead and making a transfer, or you are going ahead and making a barter. What do you mean by barter? Giving something, taking something. Giving goods, taking service. Giving service, taking service. Giving service, taking goods. Are we clear, everyone? Exchange means when you are going ahead and giving something, might be an old car plus money and taking a new car. That's an exchange where some amount of money is also involved. Lease, rental. Rental is generally for a period lesser than 12 months. Lease is something which is for a period of more than 12 months. Then we have license or disposal. It can be any form. Only some forms ka name they have gone ahead and told. You call that activity anything. All activities are included. But it should be for a made or agreed to be made for a consideration in the course or furtherance of business. Sir, what do you mean by consideration? Consideration can be in cash, consideration can be in kind, consideration can be an act done by you, consideration can be something which you don't do. Refraining is also a consideration. Are we clear, everyone? Yes, sir. So all forms of supply are included, made or agreed to be made for a consideration in the course or furtherance of business. Are we clear, everyone? So section number 7.1a says all forms for a consideration in the course of business. Section number 7.1a has been included, wherein they have gone ahead and deleted paragraph number 7 of schedule 2, and they have gone ahead and included this time amendment for your November 2022 exam is what? Sir, they have gone ahead and included in the supply chapter section number 7.1 AA, where they are going ahead and telling if there is any person who is there other than individual, any person other than individual, and they are going ahead and doing an activity or a transaction with their members. Yes, everyone. So the person is going ahead and doing an activity or transaction for the members, and members are going ahead and paying cash or deferred payment or any other valuable consideration, or might be the members are going ahead and doing an activity or activity for the person or the other than the individual. then that is also being covered. This person and this member shall be treated as distinct person. What are they going ahead and basically trying to say? For an example, there is a club which is going ahead and providing services to their members, or members are going ahead and providing services to the club. Members and the club are separate and it will be chargeable to GST. Basically, it will be a supply between two different persons. Club is separate and this person other than individual is separate and these members are separate. Are we clear, everyone? So person doing any service or any goods, supplying any goods to the member, or member going ahead and supplying any goods or service to the club, both are separate person and it will be supply. Are we clear, everyone? Next, sir, the second one over here is section number 7.1b, importation of service. Sir, what is importation of service? Supply is outside India, recipient is in India, place of supply is in India, then it is importation. What is importation, everyone? Supplier is outside India, recipient is in India, place of supply is in India, then it is importation. If it is importation for a consideration for the business or not in the course of business, both will be supply. In the course of business, business entity will pay the GST under RCM, but not in the course of business, it is taxable, but then it was exempted. But this exemption is not applicable if there is a OIDAR service. Sir, what do you mean by OIDR, everyone? OIDR means over here, what is OIDR? Online Information Database Access and Retrieval Service Provider. Online Information Database Access and Retrieval Service Provider. For an example, Netflix. If they are going ahead and giving services to whom? They are going ahead and giving services to an NTOR, non-taxable online recipient. Who is an NTOR? It can be any government, yes everyone, or local authority, or any it can be any governmental authority, or it can be unregistered person, or it can be individual also, yes everyone, and they are basically going ahead and receiving what? OIDR service for non-business purpose. Everyone, what is an NTOR? NTOR means any government, local authority, governmental authority, or an individual or any unregistered person, and they are going ahead and receiving what? OIDR services for non-business, non-commercial purpose. In that scenario, government went ahead and told, sir, this OIDR who is there, who has gone ahead and provided the services to this NTOR, will go ahead and charge the GST and the forward charge and pay it to the government. Are we clear, everyone? Yes, sir. Let's go ahead. Then section number 7.1c went ahead and told there are 4 activities which are told in schedule 1. Those 4 activities without consideration also will be considered as supply. Activities specified in schedule 1 made or agreed to be made without a consideration. Number 1, sir, what is PTDOBA? Permanent transfer or disposal of business asset. Permanent transfer or disposal of business asset where ITC has been availed on such asset. I bought a shirt, gave the shirt for free. It is permanent transfer of business asset where ITC was availed on the shirt, and hence it will be a supply. If supply, then ITC shall be available. I went ahead and bought supposingly cloth, made shirt out of it and gave the shirt for free. It is permanent transfer of business asset, but it is not permanent transfer of that business asset on which ITC was taken. ITC was taken on cloth, given free shirt, and hence it is not a supply. When it is not a supply, ITC also will not be available. Yes, sir, everyone. Yes, people. Let's go ahead. Next, there is one notification which is there, which goes ahead and talks about marginal scheme is applicable in case of sale of motor vehicle which are held as capital asset. Always remember one thing: you bought a car, you went ahead and sold the car. If you sell the car, always remember you have to pay GST only on the margin. Sir, sale value is 10 lakh, written down value is 8 lakh. Only on the 2 lakh you have to go ahead and pay the GST. Sir, I bought a car ka credit you don't get. I gave the car for free. Is it supply? It is not a supply because permanent transfer of business asset where ITC has been availed only is a supply. But if I buy a car, I did not get the ITC. But if I sell the car, whatever is the written down value, whatever is the difference between the sale value and the written down value, that is the margin, and on that I have to pay the GST. This notification is applicable only for motor vehicle. So for an example, I bought a television. Now I went ahead and sold the television. In that sale, the sale value pay GST will come. Only for motor vehicle it is told that on the margin GST will come. Are we clear, everyone? Please remember, for motor vehicle, the GST will come only on the margin. Other items, sale value. Can we go ahead, everyone? Yes, sir, we got it. The next one over here is supply between related person or distinct person in the course or furtherance of business. Related person means scope plus family plus sole agent. Now, people will tell me, sir, where is this mnemonic sheet? You can go ahead, rameshsoni.com, free resources. I'll put one folder, mnemonics ka folder. You can download from there this sheet, and Baba, all the mnemonics are written. Done, everyone? Now, what do you mean by related person? Related person means scope plus family plus sole agent. Scope means what, sir? S means shares greater than equal to 25% in both of them. So if I am going in and holding in two companies, shares equal to or greater than 25%, then both of them become related. C means control. So supposingly there is B controlling C or C controlling B, then B and C are related. A is controlling B and A is controlling C. Again, B and C are related. B is controlling D and C is also controlling D. Then who is related? B and C are related. Anyways, because of the control, these people also will be related. Can I go ahead, everyone? Yes, sir, we got it. So, control. The next one is officer or directors of each other's business. I am a director in Ram's business. Ram is a director in my business. We both are related person. P means partners in business. Partnership firm mein the partners who are there are always related person. E means employer and employee. Employer and employee are always related person. Family means family is always Supreme Court and PGBS. Supreme Court means your spouse and children. PGBS means parents, grandparents, brother and sister. Only if they are dependent on you. My spouse and my children, basically I call them the Supreme Court. They are always my related person, whether independent or dependent. But PGBS, only if they are dependent on me, they are my related person. Then we have SA. SA means sole agent or sole distributor or sole concessionaire, means the sole trading right holders will always be your related person. So whenever there is a transaction between related person or distinct person, sir, what do you mean by distinct person? Same state, separate registration, distinct person. One state registered, another state registered, again distinct person. One state registered and you have an establishment that is registered, another state you have an establishment that is not registered. Because of different establishment, you become distinct person. So if I tell you same state, separate registration, distinct person, one state registered, another state registered, distinct person, one state, one establishment is registered, another state, another establishment is not registered, still they both are distinct person. Are we clear, everyone? They both will be treated as establishment of distinct person. And whenever there is a supply between related person or distinct person in the course or furtherance of business, that will always be a supply. There is an exception over here. If you go ahead and give gift to anyone who is a related person, 1 rupee also it is a supply and ITC shall be available. But if you go ahead and give gift to your employee up to 50,000 per annum per employee, then it shall not be a supply. If it is not a supply, ITC also will not be available. But if you go ahead and give to your employee which is more than 50,000, might be I gave a gift of 60,000 rupees, it will be a supply and ITC also will be available. Then we had a circular over here which went ahead and told about interstate movement of buses, conveyances, trucks, cranes, etc. between distinct person whenever they are going from one state to another to their distinct person. For an example, SRS Travel Karnataka, SRS Travel Tamil Nadu, SRS Travel Karnataka bus went from here to here, bus was not supplied. However, passenger transportation by GST will come. So they went ahead and told if there is an interstate movement of conveyance, cranes, etc., then on conveyance, rig, cranes, etc., there will be no GST. It is not told that conveyance only is supplied. No. For an example, now Karnataka branch ka one truck is there, truck has all the tools, etc. From here it went to the Tamil Nadu branch for repairing something. Then Baba, it will be told that repair and maintenance services are provided to distinct person. On that GST will come. So on repair and maintenance work, GST will be leviable. For an example, I have one factory in Tamil Nadu and my showroom is in Delhi. Now from the factory, some truck, buses, etc. which I manufactured are sent to my Delhi showroom. Then Baba, it is goods which are being transferred, and goods transfer pay anyways GST will come. So if it is a movement for further supply, then GST shall be leviable. The next one over here is supply between principal and agent. Who is this agent, Baba? This agent is not a broker. He is which agent? He is a consignment agent. or a procuring agent. So if I go ahead and send the goods to my agent, agent sells in his name, then Baba, me sending the goods to the agent is a supply even without consideration. I told this agent to go ahead and buy the goods from outsider. He bought the goods in his name and then sending it to me. Sending to me will be a supply because the invoice was in his name. Always remember which agent is covered in section number 71C. Consignment agent, basically selling or procuring agent. Invoice is in his name. When he is selling further, invoice is in his name. When he is buying, also invoice is in his name. Then you sending the goods to him or he sending the goods to you without consideration also will be a supply. Done, sir. Point is clear. Section number done. Sir, section number 71C, paragraph number 4, basically schedule 1, paragraph number 4 goes ahead and says importation of service. What is importation? Supplier is outside India, recipient is in India, place of supply is in India, and Baba, that is importation of service. If you have got it from related person or your head office, branch of his own establishment which is outside India, in the course of your business, without consideration also it will be a supply. Done, everyone. In your exam, always write section number 71C, read with schedule 1, paragraph number 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a good way of writing. Then we have section number 71A, which goes ahead and talks about, sir, if your activity is a supply in section number 71A, AA, B or C, then we have to go ahead and see whether it is supply of goods or supply of service. For supply of goods or supply of service, we have to refer to schedule 2. Section number 71A says if your activity is a supply in section number 71, then you please come to schedule 2 and see whether your activity is a supply of goods or supply of service. Sir, here we went ahead and learned about transfer. If it's a transfer of title in goods, supply of goods. Ownership is transferred, then it is supply of goods. When you have given your right or undivided share in the goods, it is supply of service. Sir, if it's a transfer of title in future, basically hire purchase, it is always a supply of goods. Lease, tenancy, easement to occupy land is always supply of service. Lease, letting out of building is always supply of service. Then we had a circular over here, transfer of tenancy right. Baba, tenancy right against tenancy premium, which is pagdi system, is always supply of service. I went in and told you like this. I went in and told there is an owner, there is a tenant, and there is a tenant who will come newly. Correct, everyone? When owner goes ahead and gives him the right, which is tenancy right, he will go ahead and give tenancy premium. Sir, if it's a residential property, then Baba, also it is a supply of service, but GST will not come. Are we clear? When this outgoing tenant is going in and selling the tenancy right, on that GST will come as normal. Correct, everyone? Now, if I go ahead and tell you he is giving monthly rent and he is also giving monthly rent, what will happen over here? Monthly rent will be exempted. But always remember one thing, when this outgoing tenant, he surrenders the tenancy right or he sells it further, he is doing business in the tenancy right, and on that GST will come normal. Can I go ahead, everyone? Sir, what if it was a commercial property? Commercial property means everything will become taxable. All the things where GST will come. Is my point clear to all? Only for residential property you have to remember, the first time when the person is going ahead and transferring the tenancy right, that has been exempted, plus the monthly rent, because it is residential property, has been exempted. Everyone, over here, if you see, exempt if granted for residential house, surrendering by the outgoing tenant against consideration is always taxable. Third one, treatment of process. If I am doing treatment of process on your goods, I am giving you always a supply of service. There were two circular, rethreading of tire. If I am going ahead and doing rethreading on your tire, I am doing supply of service. If I am doing bus bodybuilding activity, fabrication, I am doing supply of service. Then we had section number 7.1. Capital A, schedule 2, paragraph number 4. See, Baba, teaching, at least I can do it that way. If you remember, very good. Paragraph number 4 went ahead and told transfer of business asset. If it is a permanent transfer, supply of goods. Sir, if you are going ahead and putting your business asset to private use or making it available basically for private use, then it is going ahead and telling it's supply of service. At the time of closure, if you are taking all your assets home, it is supply of goods. Then they went ahead and told exception, if you go, it will not be a supply of goods if at the time of closure you did not close your business, you transferred it to another person as going concern, because government will ultimately recover the GST from him. Sir, or it will not be a supply of goods if business is carried on by a personal representative who is deemed as a taxable person. We told schedule 2, paragraph number 5 goes ahead and talks about supply of services. Number 1, renting of immovable property is always a supply of service. Construction of immovable construction of complex or building is always a supply of service, provided any amount of consideration is received before completion certificate or first occupancy, whichever is earlier. So 1 rupee also received before completion certificate or first occupancy, whichever is earlier, it will be a construction and Baba GST will come. Then we had temporary transfer or use of intellectual property right is always a supply of service. Development, upgradation of information technology software is always a supply of service. Refrain, tolerate or to do an act, RTA is always a supply of service. Transfer of right to use the goods is always a supply of service. Right to use, this is, and this is right in goods. Both are supply of service, but both are different. One is your right, one is you are giving the right to use. Both are supply of service. Then following composite supply. What do you mean by composite supply? 2 or more taxable supplies, they are naturally bundled, supplied together in the ordinary course of business, and one is principal supply. Are we clear? Now they are going ahead and telling in these two scenes, always take it as supply of service. It says works contract, which is in relation to immovable property. Works contract is always in relation to immovable property. Works contract means construction, erection, commissioning, fabrication of an immovable property is always works contract service, and always it will be a supply of service. Restaurant or catering will always be a supply of service. Yes sir, point is clear. Paragraph number 7 in schedule 2 has been deleted, which was basically going ahead and talking about club going ahead and giving services to their member was always a supply of goods. Sorry, club giving goods to their member was a supply of goods. So they went ahead and inserted it over here, telling instead of association of person, body of person or unincorporated body, they are telling any person other than individual giving goods or services to their member, doing an activity for the member is always supply. When it is supply, it includes both supply of goods as well as supply of service. So if there is a club doing an activity for the member or doing a transaction with the member, or member going in and doing a transaction or activity for the club, then always it is a supply. Are we clear everyone? Both are deemed to be a distinct person. Yes sir, we all got it. Then we have section number 7.2. Section number 7.2a goes ahead and tells what are the activities or transaction. Section number 7.2a says activities or transaction which are told in schedule 3 will be neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Here we have to remember bench flag. Sir, what is a bench flag over here? If you see bench flag, B means bond to bond transfer, E means employer to employee services, N means entity to another entity without the goods entry into India, C means court or tribunal services which are established under the law. Sir, here one CDRC was there, Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission. CDRCs are like tribunal and their services also are neither supply of goods nor supply of service. H for high sea sale. Yes everyone, high sea sale means basically when the goods are dispatched from the country of origin and they have reached India or they are in the high seas, but you have not got it cleared from the custom and you sold it to another person by transferring your document of title, then it's known as a high seas sale, and high seas sale in GST is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. However, when we learn customs, you will see over there when the person goes to clear the goods, that time he pays custom duty as well as the GST on the transaction value. Can we go ahead everyone? Yes sir, we got it. F for funeral, burial, mortuary service including transportation of the deceased. Then we had L for land and completed building ka sale. Everyone listen to me very carefully. There is completion certificate of first occupancy, whichever is earlier. Whichever is earlier may, if 1 rupee also received before, then the entire contract becomes what? Construction, and it is supply of service. But if entire consideration is received after completion certificate or first occupancy, whichever is earlier, then it is sale of completed building, and only on that GST will not come. On stamp duty will come, GST will not come because it is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. The next one over here is actionable claim other than lottery, betting and gambling. G for government official. G for government official means MP, MLA, MLC ka services, correct? Constitutional post holder like president, prime minister, etc. ka service. Or baba, if there is a chairman, CMD, chairperson, member or director of a body which is established by the government, where this guy is not an employee, then also his services will be neither supply of goods nor supply of service. What is Ben's flag, everyone? Bond-to-bond transfer, which is basically sale of the warehouse goods. E for employer to employee in the course of employment. N for entity to entity. C for court or tribunal. H for high seas sale. F for full funeral burial ka service. L land and completed building ka sale. A for auctionable claim other than betting, gambling and lottery. G for government official ka services. Done, sir. We have gone ahead and covered all of them over here. B for section number 7(2)(b) says activities done by central government, state government, local authority as public authority. That activity will be neither supply of goods nor supply of service, provided it is notified activity. So central government, state government, local authority doing an activity or transaction as public authority will be neither supply of goods nor supply of service, provided it is notified. And there are two activities which have been notified. Activities undertaken by panchayat under 243G or municipality under 243W. M ka reverse is W. So we say 243W. M is municipality ka M. M reverse is W. You have to remember always. So activities which are done by panchayat or municipality which are told under 243G or W, because they are carrying out these activities as public authority, it will be neither supply of goods nor supply of service. The next one over here is supply of alcoholic liquor license. When this is given by the state government against a consideration, it will be neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Then people went ahead and told alcoholic liquor license given by the government, there is no GST. It means government giving any license is no GST. Government clarified saying, sir, only alcoholic liquor license is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Any other privileges, licenses given by the government is taxable under GST. Section number 7(3) is total bakwas. It goes ahead and gives the government the power to go ahead and say this is supply of goods and not supply of service, or supply of service and not supply of goods. That power is there with the government. Okay, let it be there. Next. So what did we go ahead and do? Section number 7(1)(a), B, C. When it is supply, section number 7(1)(a) told supply of goods or supply of service. Section number 2(a) told neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Section number 2(b) told central government, state government. Section number 7(2)(b) told central government, state government, local authority activities will be neither supply of goods nor supply of service if it is notified. Section number 7(3) was just a power with the government. Then we have section number 8. Before we learn section number 8, we have to learn composite supply and mixed supply. Composite supply is defined in section number 2, clause 30. 2 clause 30. You don't have to remember it for the exam, but if you remember, please write. Okay? Section number 2, clause 30 goes ahead and says composite supply means two or more taxable supply, naturally bundled, supplied together in the ordinary course, and one is principal. Always remember, if it is composite supply, section number 8(a) says composite supply, please treat as supply of the principal supply. Then we have section number 2, clause 74, which says mixed supply means two or more individual supplies supplied together for a single price. Individual supplies supplied together for a single price, and it is not composite and it is always mixed. Then Baba, they told section number 8(b) may that mixed supply always treat as supply of that supply which attracts highest rate. Composite supply, two or more taxable supply, naturally bundled, supplied together, one is principal. If it is composite, principal supply ka rate. Sir, mixed supply, two or more individual supplies supplied together for a single price. It is not composite and it is mixed. Mixed means highest rate. Composite, then composite. Mixed, then mixed. If it is not composite, not mixed, then it is always individual supplies, individual rates. Can we go ahead, everyone? We had some circulars over here. Number 1. Servicing of car, where involving supply of goods and supply of service. Basically parts and labor is given, where value of goods and services are shown separately in the invoice. They are liable to GST at the rate as applicable to such services or goods separately. Parts ka rate is separate, labor ka rate is separate, separate rate of GST will apply. Sir, if it's a printing contract where what is happening, content is supplied by the person who owns the intellectual property right, while physical input including paper belongs to the printer. I told one printer, can you print and give? He told, okay, I will give a printing service. I will use paper and ink also. Paper, ink, etc. is supply of goods. But here the principal supply is the printing service, and hence the whole contract becomes service ka contract, supply of service. Can I go ahead, everyone? The next one over here, I went ahead and told you, give me printed envelope, printed carton boxes. But just do one thing, on that put my logo and give it to me. You are primarily giving me, principally you are going ahead and giving me supply of goods. Logo printing is just ancillary, and hence the whole contract becomes supply of goods ka contract. Are we clear till here? Then the next one over here is production sharing contract. What happens in a production sharing contract? Government gives you the license and tells you go and explore oil. What you do is you go ahead and explore oil and produce petroleum out of it. 1000 crore ka petroleum is produced. You first go ahead and deduct your cost. For an example, you have 400 crore ka cost which was there. 1000 crore ka petroleum, say 400 crore ka cost petroleum, you kept it. You are telling, sir, out of the 1000 crore, how much was my cost? That much value of petroleum I will retain. The remaining petroleum which is there, supposedly 600 crore, you will go ahead and share with the government, because you and the government will have production sharing contract. Are we clear, everyone? Always remember one thing, when you are going ahead and keeping that cost petroleum, you have not provided any service to the government for which government is going ahead and giving you any consideration. It's a simple contract where government gave you the license, and in return of the license you are giving cost petroleum to the government. The value of cost petroleum which you go ahead and give it to the government, on that the GST has also been, what you go ahead and give it to the government is profit petroleum. The value of the petroleum which you go ahead and give it to the government is basically a consideration because the government gave you the license. Are we clear? And whatever is the GST on that profit petroleum has been exempted. Are we clear, everyone? What did I tell you? You went ahead and extracted 1000 liters, 1000 crore ka petrol, 400 crore cost petroleum. Whatever was your cost, you recovered. Remaining 600 crore ka petroleum, say 50-50 you did with the government. That is the production sharing contract. Now, why did you go ahead and share with the government? Because government gave you a license. Giving a license by the government is a supply of service against which you are going ahead and paying a consideration. Now, if the consideration is profit petroleum, then Baba, that is exempted from GST. They are going ahead and telling central government grants license to explore or mine petroleum crude or natural gas in consideration for profit petroleum, which is exempted from GST. Cost petroleum is not a consideration received by the contractor for the service provided to the government. I am not providing any service to the government for which government told take 400 crore ka cost petroleum. Hence, it is not taxable. Are we clear, everyone? Yes, sir. The next one over here is services of display of name of the donor in the premises of charitable organization receiving donation or gift. I am a charitable organization. You went ahead and gave me 10 lakh rupees. I went ahead and put your name plate on the temple premises saying, sir, received as a gratitude. I went ahead and put your name saying, sir, received with thanks from this person. Baba, I have not gone ahead and given you any advertisement service. Whatever I have received you, for that I have not given you any quid pro quo also, and hence means there is nothing in return, there is no service given by me, and hence it will not be a supply of service. However, if you go ahead and give me 10 lakh rupees and I went ahead and put one nameplate in the temple premises saying received from Radha and Co, Chartered Accountants, Bangalore, then I have gone ahead and advertised your business. I have given you advertisement service and you have given me 10 lakh rupees. That 10 lakh rupees is the consideration for the advertisement service, and that will be taxable. Can I go ahead, everyone? It says, if you are receiving gift or donation, the purpose, if it is philanthropic and not advertisement, it is not a supply and no GST. But if I have gone ahead and advertise your business, then Baba, GST will come. Next one over here is, if I go ahead and give free of cost, goods or service supplied free of cost or as gift. If I go ahead and give something free of cost, bought a shirt, gave the shirt for free, it's a permanent transfer of business asset where ITC has been availed. Section number 71C, it's a supply. ITC will be available. But if I go ahead and buy clothes, make the shirt and give the shirt for free, as per section number 71C, it is not a supply and hence ITC will be blocked. That is what is being told. If it falls in section number 71C, giving of gift falls in section number 71C, then it's a supply, ITC shall be available, otherwise it is blocked. Always remember one thing, whenever you go ahead and give, buy one, get one free, buy one, get one free, it is nothing two supplied at the cost of one. Whatever input services and capital goods you buy, whatever GST is paid, the total credit shall be available. Buy one, get one is nothing other than two supplied at the price of one, and all the input shall always be available. The last one over here is, if there is an association of person or body of individuals supplying services to the members, it is always a supply of service. Now what happened over here? There is an operating member. Operating member went ahead and told all the members, please go ahead and give 100 crore rupees. They went ahead and put all the 100 crore, 400 crore in the bank account. They bought a machine. From the machine, they did oil exploration. and whatever the profit was done because of oil explosion was divided among the members. Here the operating member is not going ahead and providing any services to the member, and there will be no GST which will come. However, operating member went ahead and used his own machine and did oil exploration, and everyone say he took money. Told, if you want the profit, I will go ahead and give you the profit, but you have to go ahead and give me money. So if he is going ahead and using his own machine, it means he is going ahead and providing them service, for which he is going ahead and taking from them a consideration, which will be a supply of service. It says when the cash calls raised by the operating member, generally it's a transaction in money. All of them contributed, they bought a machine and they did oil exploration. It's a contribution which is capital contribution, transaction in money, GST will not come. However, it is not a supply, no GST. But if cash calls received as a consideration for a service, I went ahead and told, I will use my machine, do oil exploration, you do one thing. Whatever is my cost apportionment, you go ahead and pay it to me. I will give you the profit. It means you are going ahead and giving them service, for which they are going ahead and giving you consideration, and it will always be a supply of service taxable under GST. Sir, A graded chapter it is. I am telling you section number 7.1a. A is very important. Section number 7.1c is important. Section number 7.2 A becomes very important. Mixed supply and composite supply. You should know the definition. You must remember the definition, and that's it. That's it. What we have gone ahead and learned. Amendment in this chapter, everyone. Any person other than individual going ahead and giving any, if there is any transaction happening with their members or constituents, right everyone, and they members or constituents are going ahead and paying what? Cash, deferred payment or any valuable consideration. Both members and the person who is the individual, basically the club, are separate person, and GST will come. It's a supply. Or if members go ahead and give services to the club, that is the person. Who is the club over here? I am telling person other than individual, you think it as a club. So if members go ahead and give the services to the club, then also that activity is a supply and GST will come. Both are deemed as a different person. Are we clear, everyone? Yes, sir, we got it. I will go ahead and close my discussion. I will go ahead and close my revision on the chapter of supply over here. Congratulations, people. So today's quiz, everyone, today's quiz is that you will have to go ahead and comment in the comment section 2 examples of composite supply, 2 examples of mixed supply which are unique. So 2 unique examples of composite and 2 unique examples of mixed supply, which basically you are able to see in your practical life, in your day-to-day life, right everyone? So now go ahead, quickly comment 2 examples of composite supply and mixed supply. All the best, guys.